Welcome to StriveScan College Launchpad. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us this evening to share information about their institutions. Be sure to stick around to the end of the session for some questions from our 6 institutions that are speaking with us today. My name is Danielle and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping reminders. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to ask questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of the many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. And we'll have this presentation available as a recording at strivescan.com/launch. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter. We're going to be hearing from Minot State University.
Okay, so I'm Brett from Minot State University. This is our slogan: be seen, be heard, be you, or belong. And I'll explain to you why that is in just a second. So if it'll click forward, there we go. Where are we exactly? So Minot State University is up in Minot, North Dakota. So right up there in northern North Dakota. We do have an airport and an Air Force base just north of us. And we have about 50,000 people, a lot of coffee shops to also fill in with those 50,000 people. I love coffee. So if you're anything like me, where you're a coffee or a tea drinker, there's a lot of places like that up here. If you really wanted to look at it, you can see the Minot State edu/map if you really wanted to check things out closer up. So the classes, there's about roughly 3,000. There was a approximate number in the chat if you wanted to look at that, but there's about 3,000 who attend Minot State University. But it stays close and personal because there's about 20 students in class. Like it's about a 1 to 14 student ratio, 1 professor to 14 students. Even though we have 2 lecture halls that are about over 100 people, but I've never seen those complete filled, except one time we did have a NASA scientist come in and talk about the Perseverance rover before it got launched. And then one of those auditoriums were completely full. So we have opportunities like that up there as well. And then professors get to know you, since it's this close, intimate situation where you can meet the professor remembers your name. And that's the great thing about these smaller universities, is that you can build that relationship with the rest of them. Even though we are a smaller university, we do have a lot of majors. You can take a quick look at that, but I don't have all the time in the world to go through all of them. And I don't think you want to sit through that, but you can take a quick screenshot or something to look at that. We also have a bunch of services to make sure that you can succeed at Minot State University. All these services are completely free, from tutoring to the writing center, so that you can use APA citation. Access services, career services, and the power center, which is TRIO, if you ever heard of that, which is income eligible first-year college students, or wow, blinked, sorry about that. But they're all together on the bottom of the Gordon B. Olson Library. So everything is all nice and compact area. So all these resources to make sure that you can succeed is all in one simple area. We also have this fun thing called MSU Life. Is a bunch of events that go on throughout the year, and you can win prizes, from TVs to laundry detergent. I know that doesn't sound that fun, but laundry detergent is kind of expensive, and I just absolutely love that. There's also other cool things like cheese balls, or like I said, a TV. So these guys always make the events so much fun. There's also a lot of intramurals involved, and I just hope that you can check it out. We also have a lot of teams, professional athletes in college, from men's sports to women's sports, from football to hockey, it's track and soccer. So you can check all of this out. A lot of the NCAA standards apply, and it's if you're into sports, these are available to you. For admissions requirements, is a 2.75 GPA with high school core, a statement of intent. ACT, SAT is recommended, but it is not required. These are the steps that you'll need to do is just apply $35 application fee and progress transcripts and get everything sent on over for an admissions decision. For the university itself, it's a roughly $8,000 for tuition and fees. And then you can see the average student gets about that amount as well for financial aid. You can also see that $6,600 for rooms and meals, and it's $340 roughly per credit with tuition. That is the quick breakdown of that. If you're ever interested in learning more about that, you can reach on out to me, and I'll put my information in the chat in a bit. And then there's another way that you can actually bring down that tuition fees itself is actually through the automatic 4-year award, which is just automatically done. You can see the criteria on the right. This is the reason why we recommend the ACT, SAT is wherever your GPA, ACT, SAT hit, that's how much you'll get yearly. This is my information. So I actually went to Minot State University for all 4 years. So if you have any questions about how that, how Minot State reacts, I can actually tell you all about that. I also met people from all around the university who tell me their story, so I can actually explain it to you in multiple different backgrounds. So if you're ever interested in learning so much more, there's my information, there's my phone. You can text it, call me, email me, and I am more than willing to reach back out to you. All right. Thank you for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you. Our next presenter is from Highland Community College.
Hi, hello everybody. Let me just share my screen just one moment. Get started here. All right. So my name is Taylor Merritt, and I'm an admissions representative at Highland Community College. So like I said, we are a community college, so we are a 2-year institution. So you would come to us to get your associate's degree to then enter the workforce or transfer on to university. So we are located in Highland, Kansas. So here is a map for you to see all of our different locations. Like I said, our main campus is here in Highland, Kansas. So we are in the northeast corner of Kansas, so very close to Nebraska, Missouri, and Iowa. But we have many other locations. So lots of different options for students. We have in-person, face-to-face. We have technical institutions to get a technical certificate. We also have online, and our online prices are the exact same as you would pay on our main campus in Highland, and I will go through some costs here in a second. But we have a lot of students who do attend universities, wherever they may be, and they actually will supplement with some online classes. So I definitely encourage you, if you're someone who's going to be taking some university classes, or maybe you're going to be having a full-time job or a part-time job and you need something that's going to be flexible, I definitely encourage you to look into some online classes wherever you're located. There's lots of great options for you. And then of course we do have our hybrid option, which is both in person and online. So our technical students can also take classes to get their certificate, and they can earn an associate's at the exact same time. So here's a little bit of Scotties by the number. So our mascot is a Scotty dog. So you can see that sitting there, but we are proud to say that we are the first college in Kansas. So we were founded in 1858. We were founded as a university, and over time, we did kind of transform into a community college. So our female to male ratio, you can see here, is 56% female and 44% male. And part of that is due to, we just got women's soccer as a new program we got within the last year that we're very proud of. They've done a really wonderful job. So we're really excited about this new program. You can also see that 80% of our students on our Highland campus have a scholarship. So we have academic scholarships that cover the cost of tuition and book rental. And we always say that it's the easy part is receiving the scholarship. The hard part is on you as the student to maintain that scholarship. So we do give those scholarships out in many different areas, and I will talk about that here in just a second. But we also have athletic scholarships as well as foundation scholarships. And our student to teacher ratio is 17:1. So 17 students to every 1 teacher. So very small class sizes, which again, we're very proud of. We feel that this is very, it helps our students to be much more successful. Here is an annual cost comparison, and this is mostly for other Kansas institutions, as well as you can see a couple Missouri there. But again, community colleges are very affordable. They're really great places to start, but we always encourage our students then to transfer on to a university. And here are our prices. So this is from the current year, but you can see our tuition is $55 per credit hour. Our fees are $50 per credit hour, which gives you a total of $105. So we do not have any out-of-state tuition. So no matter where you are in the world, these are going to be the prices that you can get. And as an international student, you can also get our tuition and book scholarship, which again, does cover that entire cost. So here are different scholarship areas, lots of different opportunities for you depending on what your interest is. This doesn't necessarily mean this has to be your major, but this could just be an interest area. Also listed on the screen are our different athletics that we have here at Highland. We are at a very competitive conference that we're very proud that our students get to compete in. We have a lot of students from, again, all over the world who are even top qualifiers in their countries. So for our housing here, we actually have housing on campus, and all of our housing is apartment style. They come fully furnished, and the bedroom, living room, and bathroom and kitchen you only share with your few roommates. We also have lots of student life activities for students to be involved in here on campus. I would say our favorite, most popular is our grocery bingo. We give out hundreds of dollars of groceries, and you just have to win around a bingo. Lots of different clubs and organizations to get involved in as well, which we encourage students to do as they transfer on or start to apply for jobs. All of these things look really wonderful on resumes and applications. Again, here is just a little bit of a snapshot of our football field, which is new within the last few years. We got a completely new football stadium. So lots of really wonderful new changes happening here at Highland on a yearly basis. And lastly, just to touch on our technical programs, like I mentioned, if this is a route that you are more of a hands-on learner, definitely encourage you to go the technical route. We have both 1-year and 2-year programs. And like I mentioned earlier, you are able to get an associate alongside your technical degree. So again, that looks really wonderful on applications as you start to enter the workforce. And here's just a quick snapshot of our online program, lots of options no matter where you are in the world. And so what's next for you? You can request information to Highland Community College. We would love for you to visit. We have both in-person and virtual options. And then thirdly is our application, which is free to students to apply. We have open admission here at Highland Community College, so we have no ACT or GPA requirements for you to be accepted to our school. So I definitely encourage you to do this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can see our contact email there is admissions@highlandcc.edu. Go Scotties.
Wonderful, thank you. I want to encourage our attendees to continue using the Q&A feature on your screen. Our presenters are looking at those and will be able to answer those questions for you. All right, moving along, our next presenter is St. Ambrose University.
Yes, hi everybody. Let me start my presentation here. While I do, just introduce myself. My name is Jill Holubetz. I am a senior admissions counselor at St. Ambrose University, which is located in Davenport, Iowa. You can see a picture of our beautiful campus there. If you're not familiar with Davenport, it is one of the Quad Cities. So I find that residents of other states or coming from different locales perhaps maybe have heard of the Quad Cities, but maybe not necessarily Davenport specifically. But you can see some travel times from other major cities to where our campus is located, which is pretty much right on the border of Iowa and Illinois. And we are a riverfront community. In that picture there, you can see downtown Davenport, which is where you have all of our restaurants, theaters, nightlife, museums, our baseball stadium right there. That's our men's home stadium, which is also home to the Quad City River Bandits, which is a Major League Baseball team. And campus itself is located about 2 minutes uphill from the river. We are private, Catholic, and comprehensive universities. So private, for those of you coming from outside of the state of Iowa, there is no difference in tuition or total cost based upon state of residence. We are a Catholic institution affiliated with the Catholic Diocese of Davenport, and about 45% of our students identify as Catholic and the rest do not. So we are very much a multi-denominational and multi-faith community, welcoming of students of all backgrounds. And we are a comprehensive university. So what that means is that we offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs for our students. About 3,000 students enrolled overall. That includes everybody, students who are undergraduates. So that's about 2,700 students. And then the rest is our graduate students. 100% of our students receive financial aid, and I will get into that towards the end. As you can see, we offer over 60 undergraduate majors, 12 master's programs, and 3 doctoral programs. You can use that QR code to bring you right to the website where you can see all those programs. But some of our more popular programs include anything in business, all of our health sciences, education, engineering, criminal justice, and forensic psychology, to name a few. At the master's and doctoral level, we do have direct entry programs for our Doctor of Physical Therapy program, our Doctor of Occupational Therapy program, our Master of Physician Assistants programs, Master of Social Work, and a number of other programs too. And what that means for you as a high school student is that if you gain direct entry into a doctoral or master's program as a high school senior, that means you have a spot in that graduate program secured the day that you step foot on campus at St. Ambrose. For things to do on campus for our students, we'll get into clubs and activities, but if you ever find yourself struggling on campus, we have tremendous support available, everything from free tutoring to writing services to supplemental instruction, to our Accessibility Resource Center that provides students with specific accommodations if they have a 504 IEP plan in high school. So we pride ourselves on being student-focused and student-centric and incredibly helpful for our students as they progress through their studies. All of our students are involved a lot outside of campus. We have nearly 100 different clubs and activities available for our students to participate in. We have new clubs and activities coming to campus every single year that students are creating and students are leading. So certainly no shortage of ways to be involved on campus. That photo there was from our dance marathon, which is probably our largest student run and student involved activity every year on campus. As a Catholic institution, we do also have a very active campus ministry for those students who are looking to either explore their faith background or provide and give back to the community through service learning opportunities, retreats, and events. Urban Plunge is something that our students do the day after they move into campus. Last year, our students volunteered over 170,000 hours in the community, and that is not a graduation requirement for our students. So it's very much being Ambrosian, giving back, and giving back to the community surrounding campus. We are NAIA Division II for athletics. You can see all of our athletic teams listed there. Our newest sport was men's wrestling, which was added this past fall. As an NAIA institution, if you are recruited to be an athlete at St. Ambrose, you can receive an athletic scholarship on top of merit or anything need-based. The same goes for all of our fine arts. We have art scholarships available, music scholarships, and theater scholarships available as well. for students, regardless of whether they major or minor in those disciplines. Students could be a psychology major and receive a music scholarship simply by participating in an ensemble, in a choral ensemble, an instrumental ensemble. Those scholarships are available as well. And that also includes marching band and our indoor marching arts programs. We also have study abroad, over 25 established programs in different countries. For most of our programs, the cost is exactly the same for that semester or that year as if you were on campus in Davenport at St. Ambrose. Cost is the same, and all financial aid can be used for some of our study abroad programs too. So lots of our students definitely take advantage of these opportunities. As far as admissions requirements go, we are test optional for students who have a 2.5 on weighted GPA or higher. If you fall below that, a 2.0 to a 2.49, we will request a minimum ACT score of 18 for admission. We are both on the common application and we have our own school specific application. Both can be submitted free of charge. Once that's submitted, we just need your high school transcript to provide you with an admissions decision. All admitted students do receive an automatic merit scholarship, which will range from $13,000 up to $23,000, with a few full tuition scholarships available as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes,
All right,
thank you.
our next presenter, Our next presenter is from Milwaukee School of Engineering.
Oh, there we go. So it says Emma Phillips, but my name is DaVinci Wallace. That's one of my colleagues. So on behalf of MSLE, thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. Let me share my screen really quick. So Milwaukee School of Engineering, and we say MSLE for short. Milwaukee School of Engineering is one of the best STEM schools in the country. We're very hands-on. Let's get from the beginning. So our motto is rethink what's possible. We guarantee our students can graduate in 4 years if they do 3 things. 1, obviously you gotta pass your courses. 2, when we tell you to take a course, you take the course. And then 3, just make sure you can, because we are a direct admit, you can switch your major, but you can't do it junior or senior year. Then it'll be hard to graduate in 4 years. But because we're a direct admit, you are in your program right away. We have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we are a smaller school. We have about 2,800 students. So we don't have any TAs or GAs, all professors with industry experience. We have 15 plus majors. Engineering, pretty much we can do anything and everything except for petroleum and nuclear. And you're probably asking, well, why not petroleum and nuclear? Well, because you're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and there's not a lot of petroleum and nuclear plants around. But any other majors, we pretty much can help you with in engineering. And we also have nursing, business, as well as actuarial science, user experience, which is kind of like graphic design, are some of our most popular majors. As I said, Milwaukee School of Engineering is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're right downtown. We're about 5 blocks from Pfizer Forum, where the Milwaukee Bucks will play. We're 6 blocks from Lake Michigan. We're a 10-minute drive from some major universities like Marquette University and UW Milwaukee. So you're right in the heart of the city. So I always say you get the best of both worlds. You get the family environment, but you also get the bigger city if you want that. So you can't really go wrong. Placement rate or graduation outcome rate is what we call is 96%. So 96 out of 100 students will either get a job or go into grad school within 3 to 6 months after graduation. And our starting salary is approximately $65,000 per year. So we have the highest starting salary of any school in the state of Wisconsin. We also have the highest mid-range salary as well as the highest return on investment. So how much you and your parents put in and get out, we're the best in the state of Wisconsin. We are a top 10 school in the Midwest. So once again, here are some of our majors. The main thing is engineering. You might be thinking, well, what about chemical? That's biomolecular. Or what about aerospace or aeronautical? That's mechanical. What do you say? What about environmental? That's under civil. So once again, we pretty much can help you with any type of engineering, except for the two that I mentioned. We have over 20 NCAA Division III varsity programs. Our biggest ones are hockey. We also have basketball, soccer, lacrosse. The main sport that we don't have, which is common amongst other universities, is football. But anything else, pretty much we have dance. The two newest ones, or three newest ones we have is swim and dive, which will start next year, bowling, which will start next year as well. And then women's lacrosse, we actually started this year, and then women's hockey will start next year. We have close to or over 100 clubs and organizations, everything from professional organizations to religious organizations to special interest organizations. So we always say, if we don't have something you want, we'll help you start, because that's what we're about at MSLE. We are a very family-oriented university, and we encourage all of our students to get involved. MSLE, we're very hands-on. We think to be great at anything, you got to do it. So we are very hands-on. Our students are in labs right away in their major. So if you're a mechanical, you're in a mechanical lab right away. At MSLE, you get more than 500 hours of lab time, because once again, to be great at it, you have to do it. So we want to give you the time to be great at it. Our professors, like I said, we don't have any TAs or GAs. We have about 7 to 10 years of industry experience from our professors. We look for people with industry experience, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get a job. So we're going to do whatever we can to help you. And we think people who actually done that before can help you. And so that's what we want to do. We are in downtown Milwaukee, as I said. We have 4 residence halls. You have to stay on campus your first 2 years, unless you live within 30 miles of campus. If you live more than 30 miles, you have to stay on campus your first 2 years. So that's a great way to form, obviously, friendships, and our residence halls are pretty cool. So can't complain. And once again, you're in downtown Milwaukee, so it's not a bad gig. Every kid for getting accepted will receive financial aid. That's guaranteed. So if you're accepted, you will receive financial aid. So the next steps. If you're a junior, applications are available the first day of summer going into your senior year. So if you graduate, or if you're done with school this Friday, obviously Saturday, you can apply. Our application process is simple. It's free, no essay, no letter recommendation. It takes about 10 minutes to do. We are on the Common App, but we also have our own application. To be accepted for our engineering majors, you have to have a 3.3 and pre-calc, or a 3.0 and calculus. That's for engineering as well as business. For nursing, you need a 3.0. For actuarial science, you need a 3.0 and pre-calc as well. So no essay or no letter recommendations, no essays to apply, no application fee. We're test optional as of right now. That could change in the future, but for our junior class, we are test optional.
Thank you so much for sharing information about Milwaukee School of Engineering.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Emporia State University.
Hi, my name is Emily. I have a colleague here. She is our out-of-state recruitment coordinator. Her name is Taylor Roberts. She's just here to run the chat for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. I am an admissions counselor for Emporia State for a certain territory. So I typically deal with like students from Topeka and Lawrence. But I will be honest, this is my first StriveScan, so I'm gonna try and do my best. I have seen a very nice PowerPoint, so I think I might be creating one of my own. So this is our campus visit presentation, but I'm gonna do my best to go through it here. So here at Emporia State, we have about 5,800 students. This includes our grad, our undergrad, international students. We are 159 years old, founded in 1863, and we offer over 200 different academic programs. So we have anywhere from business to nursing, teacher, college. We have communication, fine arts. We have anything and everything. And we have a 17-to-1 student to professor ratio. So for every 17 students, we have one professor. Our actual class size is closer to 14 for most classes. We have 3 main colleges. Our biggest one is being the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So this includes our STEM programs. So our science, technology, engineering, and math programs. This also includes our humanities programs, so political science, and things along those lines. We also have our Teachers College. So we actually started as a Kansas Teachers College back way back in. So our teachers that graduate from Emporia State have 100% placement rate. So when they graduate, they're going to find a job immediately. Another great thing about the Teachers College is that you actually get a full year of student teaching your senior year. So they're going to get that hands-on experience that we offer here, the in-classroom, so they're ready to teach as soon as they graduate. So they're considered second-year teachers. In the Teachers College, you can focus on elementary education, which is pre-K through 6th grade, or you can do secondary education. So that's going to be 7th through high school. And the great thing about secondary education is actually that you can narrow down to a subject. So if you want to teach biology, you want to teach business, you want to teach communication, you can narrow down your subject to the one that you would love to teach. We also have a School of Business. So this is our 3rd college at Emporia State. We are AA CSB accredited. I will not go into that acronym because honestly, it's big, long words, but what you need to know is that only 5% of the schools in the nation have this accreditation. It is not bought by ESU, but it is earned. So every 5 years, it's renewed by the hard work of our business department. So we like to hold our students to a really high standard from our School of Business because they're learning from the best of the best, the highest known professionals. And the great thing about the business program is that all of the majors and minors that are offered have a lot of classes that are intertwined. So it's not super hard to get a double major. Say you want a double major in business and entrepreneurship, you can do that. Or if you want to get a major in business administration, you can get a double or triple minor on top of that just by taking a couple extra classes. So you're not going to have to take a full-fledged extra schedule. We also have what's called Honors College. So Honors College is similar to National Honor Society in high school. It is application based, so it's based off ACT and GPA. It is a great way to build your resume while you're in school, as well as gain some leadership opportunities, which is super nice. We like to consider ESU as the school of everyone is welcome. Reason being is that we try to be super inclusive and equal to everyone that comes to ESU. We host lots of different educational events for our students to get to know each other. So they're not just learning from each other in the classroom, they're also learning from each other through workshops and those educational events. We have lots of different student services at Emporia State that we offer to make everyone feel involved and taken care of. Excuse me. We have a student wellness center where students have access to licensed professionals. And our student wellness center is also a counseling center. So each student gets 5 free sessions per semester, whether they need to talk about life, work, school, whatever it may be. We also have Division II athletics. So anyone that wants to play at the collegiate level, we offer lots of different array of sports and women's and men's sports here. If you don't want to play at the collegiate level, we offer intramurals. That's something that I participated in here at Emporia State. And that's just where you get together and you play as a team without the commitment of practice every day. We also have our ACES Center. So that's going to be free tutoring for your classes, as well as a writing center to help you write and proofread your papers. Another student service that we have is career services. So this is something that even I have access to. So once you're an alumni of Emporia State, you have access to career services for life. They help you do mock interviews. They'll help you write a resume, cover letter, anything that you need to be successful before you graduate. That way you're ready to apply to those real life jobs. We also have next slide. We also have Transfer Connect. So this is a new program that we just added through our transfer coordinator, Justin Peterson. He is a person that can help you even if you're not a transfer, but this Transfer Connect is offered to students that are transfers, or maybe they're seniors in high school trying to take dual credits. This is a way for you to connect with an advisor before you come to Emporia State, whether you're a senior in high school or you're going to a JUCO. This is a way for you to make sure that you're taking the correct classes that will transfer. Here at Emporia State, we do transfer pretty much every credit, as long as it's a passing grade, and we offer it here at Emporia State. We like to offer different kinds of financial support, one of those being our flat rate tuition. So you're going to pay for 12 credit hours, and anything over that, you're still going to pay the same amount. So you can take anywhere from 12 to 20. We also offer a lot of different scholarships based on GPA and ACT. Our admissions requirement is that our freshmen have to graduate high school or get a GED equivalent. And they also need a 21 on their ACT or a 2.25 GPA. Transfer students need a 24 or more transferable credits and a 2.5 GPA. And if they don't meet with those requirements, then we go off the high school.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, our next presenter is the University of Illinois Springfield. And after we hear from the University of Illinois Springfield, we're going to bring all of our college representatives back to the screen to answer a few questions. So be sure to stick around. All right, I'll turn it over.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Rebecca Johnson. I'm an associate director at University of Illinois Springfield in the admissions office, as well as the acting international advisor as well for international admission students. So hopefully I'll be able to answer any questions you might have and share a little bit more about UIS. I'm going to scroll down here. So we are a mid-sized university located in a capital city. So what this means is that our students have access to a wide range of different opportunities in the classroom and outside of the classroom. You'll learn how to function effectively in that complex and connected world, develop a sense of social responsibility, which is really at the core of our principles at UIS. And then while doing so, also gain a wide range of skills from communication, analytical problem solving, essentially the skills that employers are looking for. When you graduate with an education degree or a biology degree or business degree, those core courses are going to be very similar at different universities. And the employers are looking for those kind of non-academic, non-classroom skills. And those are things that you will learn at UIS. So this is a picture of our upper quad. We are a newer university in the state of Illinois, founded 51 years ago, but we are part of the University of Illinois system. We have that history of educating public servants and leaders, with about 26% of the college educated workforce in Springfield, the capital of Illinois, being a UIS graduate. And while we are part of the University of Illinois system, our campus is very different than our sister schools. We are a very student-centered campus. We have about 4,000 students currently enrolled at UIS. About 2/3 of those students are currently taking classes on campus. The remaining third are doing our completely online educational opportunities. And we've been a leader in online education for over 20 years. And so when the pandemic hit, we were ready. We were ready to go, and our students were able to continue their education without having to take any breaks. We have a 13-to-1 student-faculty ratio. And while we do have many part-time faculty members, a lot of times it's because they're working full-time in the community or within their field, and then of our students as well. So you're learning from the experts within that field, taking those small classes. We are being that newer university. There's a lot of intentionality that has gone into the university as it's expanded. We don't have any lecture halls on our campus, which means your classes are going to be small. You're going to get to know your faculty members. You're going to get to know your fellow classmates and really learn from the best in the field. We have 47 different bachelor's programs at UIS, 50 different master's programs, large variety of graduate certificates, and 1 doctoral program. And here are some of our most popular programs, especially those coming in at the undergraduate level: history, education, psychology and counseling, public affairs and political science is definitely one of our biggest ones, being located in that state capital. Criminology, criminal justice, we have an FBI office right down the road from our campus. Social work and child advocacy programs. We are one of 4 universities in the United States that has a simulation lab on our campus, so that for students going into social work and child advocacy, you're going to have those hands-on learning opportunities before you graduate, and it's going to make you a lot more competitive. Our campus does a lot of training for our state law enforcement officers, our Department of Children and Family Services, and so you're going to be learning from the best at UIS. We've been named the #1 public regional university in the state of Illinois for the last 7 years, which is something we are very proud of. And while we are a smaller campus, there are extensive opportunities to get involved on campus with different research opportunities through the Illinois Innocence Project or our simulation labs. If you are interested in going into legal studies, I want to point out the Illinois Innocence Project. We are the only innocence project in the state or in the United States that does not have a law school affiliated with it. And if you're not familiar with innocence projects, this is where students work to overturn wrongfully convicted individuals. What makes us really unique is that it's our undergraduate students who are doing this work, not law students. And so if you are thinking about going into law school, this is a great opportunity to gain more experience at the undergraduate level that nobody else is going to be able to have because of the unique position UIS has. Lots of other additional research opportunities on our campus as well as extensive student life resources and opportunities. We have over 90 clubs and organizations at UIS. We are an NCAA Division II team, and so our students are able to compete as well as earn athletic scholarships at UIS. And then support on campus, our faculty and our staff put students first. We had a faculty member this year who wasn't able to teach all the time in person, so a lot of his students had to take an on-campus or an online class, but he came to campus as often as he could to provide that on-campus opportunity to really make sure his students were successful. Our faculty and staff go out of their way working extra hours to make sure our students' success is first. One of the pictures you see here is one of our many campus traditions, and you can see a couple other examples here. SpringFest always happens the week before finals in the spring semester. It's a week-long event where students form teams, and there's different activities throughout the week, but it always ends with a giant tug of war game over a mud pit, which our students really look forward to every year. It's an absolute riot to watch happening, and it's really a great way to bring the campus community together right before finals and for our students to get a nice break. So for the admissions process, if you're coming in as an undergraduate student, we are on the Common App, or you can apply through our website. We are test optional, and we also operate on rolling admissions. Our priority deadline is December 1st. And for students who applied by December 1st, we were going to waive the application fee. So I strongly encourage you to submit that application as early as you can so that you don't have to worry about paying that extra application fee.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing information about University of Illinois Springfield. We are now going to come back to the screen, and we'll have time for maybe 1 or 2 questions. So we'll bring all of our college representatives back. Wonderful. All right, so the first question that I want to share is, what is one piece of advice that you would want to share with students who are in the college search process? And we'll go in the same order that we presented.
Okay, so one piece of advice would be find something that fits your character, and you're already doing fantastic at that because you're looking at a bunch of colleges and universities that are smaller instead of bigger. So you're already on the right track on figuring out what is best for you instead of what is best for someone else. So you're already on the right track. So good first steps.
Yes, and going along with that, I would say visit colleges that you're interested in. So even colleges maybe you're not interested in, but they have something that has piqued your interest. I know ever since the pandemic, a lot of schools have gone into virtual visits and really expanded. So I would say definitely do as many visits as you possibly can. I think that's the best way to really start to meet other people on that campus. You're going to start to see, can I fit in here? Do I see myself sitting in this classroom, talking with this teacher, whatever it might be? That's my biggest piece of advice, is to visit as much as you can.
Yeah, all great things so far. One thing that I would add is just from an organizational perspective, things like just organizing your inbox by school, creating a new email account just for college applications, college materials. It is so incredibly easy to get overwhelmed once you start receiving information from schools, And there's a lot of critically important information that gets sent via email as far as steps in the process, deadlines for scholarships, applications for scholarships. So getting yourself organized from the get-go, I think, will be a huge lifesaver when it comes to navigating this process.
I agree with all of that. I will also tell you to look at different types of schools, because you might say, I want a small school, but have you seen a large school? Or have you seen a city school? Have you seen a rural school? Because that's the only way you're gonna know, is actually getting out there and visiting all different types, and then you'll really know what's best for you.
I'm going to piggyback off that a lot because I'm from a very small town. I had 30 students in my graduating class, and I stayed with the school that was from my town because I was most comfortable. So I would say step out of your comfort zone, but also keep those people behind you. Like my dad was my biggest supporter, and he would support any decision I had. So make sure you have people that support you, but also step out of your comfort zone.
And I think at this point, I'll kind of wrap up, is go ahead and start writing down activities you've participated in. Identify things that are most important to you. Kind of what Brett emphasized of, you know your individual strengths, and see what campuses also have those different strengths. Utilize those different search tools that are available through College Board and through the Common App, and look outside of kind of that immediate 150-mile radius, because you never know what's going to be available and what different scholarship opportunities might be available to you just by, expanding that radius a little bit. Instead of going 2 hours at home, look 3 hours from home and just see what other options are there.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for sharing that great advice to our attendees. That does bring us to the end of this session. I want to thank everyone for joining us. To our attendees, as you close out, you will receive a link to a very quick survey. We appreciate you taking the time to provide some feedback there. I want to encourage you to sign up for more sessions that will be available through the College Launchpad program. And remember that this recording is available at strivescan.com/launch. Thank you all so much and have a great evening.